I think maybe if you haven't already watched this film, you should skip this video, come back to it after you watch the film, because there will be spoilers in the video. I also talk about robots and companions and humankind somewhere at the end, so stick around for that. Alright, let's move on to spoilers, shall we? Contrary to what most people believe, I don't think AI will ever reach Terminator levels of intelligence. We've seen AI intelligence plateau right now. Reaching the level of cognitions humans have seems impossible, really. I think maybe big companies are just pushing AI because they have a lot of money banking on AI becoming really smart, and money apparently can magically buy results. So, intelligent machines? Probably impossible. Of late, while watching films, I find it hard to believe the AI we see in films. AI where robots seem to demonstrate feelings, they demonstrate reasoning, and take actions based not on logic but on feeling. And when I see this happening, I'm either taken right out of the narrative or I start believing the actor, the actual human actor, is the one doing the work of the AI. So movies like this are a bit confusing for my mind. Which is kind of the problem I had with Companion also. I don't want to spoil the twist if you don't already know, but Companion has this problem of AI being far more intelligent than what it can become. And I think this is one of those instances in which I decided to look beyond the AI trappings of the actor and saw the film for what it was trying to say. And I think maybe I succeeded there. Like I said before, AI is something that easily distracts me, but the filmmakers clearly used AI as an allegory for something I couldn't immediately focus on. The point of the film isn't AI, it's something else. The point of the film is about control and manipulation. It's about violence in relationships. It's about a bunch of other things where AI, the advancement of AI, is not necessarily in discussion at all. So my complaint in this case is invalid. But it's something that annoyed me. I like Jack Quaid. I like him quite a bit. I first saw him in The Boys. I saw him before in Hunger Games and Logan Lucky, but I didn't really recognize him back then. Ever since The Boys came out though, he's been really recognizable and I like him a lot. And because I like him so much, it's a little difficult for me to dissociate him as a person and him as a character, and then dislike the character that he plays on screen. Which is what happened here, I think. In Companion, Jack Quaid is not a nice person. He's a bit of an a-hole, really. Everything he does in the film shows us exactly how much of an a-hole he is. But I still like him. I bought his whole a-hole personality in Scream, I don't know why. But here it was sort of difficult for me to forget he was in The Boys and how much I liked him there. And I think that's my problem watching films like this. I take the crux of the film and I assimilate it and understand it. But there are nagging details, like the AI debate and Jack Quaid actually being such a nice guy. And all of that detracts from my movie watching experience. I don't experience the film the way filmmakers intend the film to be experienced, and I think that kind of sucks. And yet, in spite of all these problems, I really, really like the film. It's a great film. I like Jack Quaid. I like Sophie Thatcher. I really like Lucas Gage in Dead Boy Detectives. And he's great here as well. And I did not recognize Megan Suri was from Never Have I Ever. And frankly, there isn't much for her to do in this film, but I still like her. Mostly because of Never Have I Ever, but still. This film has good actors. It has a great script. It's a light-hearted film, but it's also a horror film. It's essentially a caper gone wrong. I didn't experience any of the cerebral aspects of the film while watching it. I'm stupid that way. I just watched the film and I enjoy it. But later, as I sat down and thought about it, all the themes and the allegories, they started to emerge. Gender dynamics and male entitlement in relationships are obviously explored in the film, and that's rather blatant, really. While on the surface, it appears that Jack Quaid is a loving sort of doting boyfriend, it becomes pretty evident he's not. He's just a dick to Sophie Thatcher in the way that he manipulates her and taunts her. There's this scene towards the end where she has a gun pointed at Jack Quaid, and there's nothing holding her back really. She can just pull the trigger and she'll be free of him. And yet she can't pull the trigger. The level of manipulation Jack Quaid has pulled on this woman, it's kind of terrible really. But that's the kind of gender dynamics explored in the film. There's also the discovery of self, in which Sophie Thatcher goes from this robot who does everything that she's told to this independent woman who starts living her life the way she wants to. Again, reiterating this for public safety, AI will never actually reach the level of self-awareness shown in this film, so sit back and enjoy the film. We get to see the role a woman plays in a man's world and how she has no agency in the world, how she's manipulated to do things she wouldn't normally do or want to do. There are themes of free will, manipulation in relationship, corporate control over personal data. There's a bunch of ideas shoved into this 1 hour, 37-minute film, and it's all done really well. And I think this is a really good film because of all of this. Before we exit the video, I'd like to take a moment to sort of explore the idea of robot companions. How will these companions alter our world if they ever become reality? Already there are robot companions that do a lot of what human beings are capable of doing. Provide companionship, provide emotional support, help with the housework, help you remember stuff, I guess. They can probably help you learn new things. The possibilities are endless. These relationships offer so much more than what human relationships offer. They're great. I'd love to have a robot buddy who would do all of this for me. But if everybody got robot companions, how would we change as a species? I have a feeling we'd all turn into a-holes. A lot more than what we already are. We'd be a lot less tolerant of people's idiosyncrasies than we are today. We'd have less patience with people and how they behave. And we'd find comfort in robots and how they did everything the way we like. There'd be no room for growth, no change. We wouldn't see things from a different perspective. And I'm not entirely sure I want that for the human species. I'd love to have that kind of environment, of course, to be mollycoddled and fed lies that only I believe in. But then I like being by myself. I like my own company. And I don't really like people that much. So I guess that's fine for me. For the rest of the world though, I think they'd be better off without robots providing companionship. I hope that gave you something to think about. That's all I have for this video. See you next week.